if you go to the therapist, the therapist will ask you those 3 questions. And those are the 3 questions that I always ask any of my client who comes with the sentence, I am really angry, I don't know why. So today we will basically talk about anger, and we'll talk about 3 meaningful questions and deep questions that we can ask ourselves for anger relief. If you go to the therapist, the therapist will ask you those 3 questions. And those are the 3 questions that I always ask any of my client who comes with the sentence, I am really angry, I don't know why. These questions will help you to explore why you are angry and why am I so far from you. Okay, maybe come closer. Okay. All right, sometimes anger is present for a long time, and it can ruin our lives. So let's immediately start with the first question. If you have the issue with the anger, the first question is, why am I sad? Why am I sad? This is so important questions because the anger is just like covered sadness, like the sadness put in the mask. And the anger is always the consequence of the sadness. So one tip for relationship issues when you're angry at your partner or anyone, instead of being angry and showing the anger, you can say why you feel angry or why you are sad. Anytime we feel angry, it's almost always because we are sad about something. We are angry when we lost someone that is close to us. So we are not angry on life. We are basically sad because those things happens. So anytime you feel anger, ask yourself, am I sad right now? Your anger is not the wrong thing, is not the wrong emotion, because there is no such a thing as a wrong emotion. Emotions are like a GPS. They are always trying to tell us something, to deliver some messages from our inner world, inner micro world. And people who work on their self-growth and self-development, they are able to connect with that inner world. But if you are not one of them, or if you just started with this, ask yourself, why am I sad? Question number 2, what I have lost, or what am I losing right now? So if you don't have the answer on the question number 1, this question will really help you to explore and to get closer to the answer. So deep and very, very deep sadness comes when we lost something permanently. We lost something permanently. So ask yourself, what have I lost? If you lost someone, really lost someone, it's completely okay to be sad and to be angry. But if there is some obvious loss, we have to explore a little bit deeper and to check our values, to check some things that we were holding onto and now they're not there anymore. We have to check our irrational beliefs. So think about, I will give you the example from my life so you can understand this, like loss, but nothing is obviously lost. And it's connected when I lost my father. Physically, I knew, okay, I lost him. I know what is my loss. But after that, And it happens mostly when people feel anxiety attacks or panic attacks after the loss of someone, is that we lost something that we thought we cannot live without, for example, and especially when you lost a parent, and it was security. So somehow I felt that I lost security and that I lost the sense of certainty. And for my human being in my inner world, there was a tornado because of that. And that was the first time when I experienced the real anxiety attack. Whew. This was a little bit hard to talk about. So sometimes we are angry because we think that we are losing something that is really important for us and that we will not be able to cope without that, to move on without that. So we are angry because we have a fear. You can like reshape this question or the first question and ask, what am I afraid of? So we can be angry because we are sad because of something or because we are afraid of something. Question number 3. What am I defending from? And here you can think about your values, your boundaries. We now speak about something that is really important for us. For example, dignity. I want to be respected. So I get angry every time when I see or when I perceive, not see, perceive that somebody is not respecting me. So try to think about what is the most valuable for me and what are those needs that I have and that are like in some threaten right now. What is that is crossing my boundaries? Is it someone's behavior? Are those some life circumstances? So we should never see anger as the enemy, and we should never push the anger under the carpet and pretend like it's not there. But we should always try to find the real reasons of our anger, so we don't express the anger in a wrong way. So I hope these questions will help you, and it's like you basically went to the therapist. So if you don't have time for the therapist, you can always use these 3 questions. Those 3 questions are the questions that I ask my clients, any of my clients, when he came with the sentence like, I'm angry and I don't know why, and I cannot control that. So answer on these questions. You can journal. It's the best way. You can write it on a paper, or you can just like sit and talk with yourself, and you can see yourself in the mirror. It's the good idea. Write the questions in the comments, and also write me if you want some certain type of questions for this series. And I would really love to find out what are your answers on these questions about the anger, because I think it's one of the most important topics when we speak about emotions. Yeah, thank you, and I'm sending you kisses and hugs, and see you very soon in the next video.